Alright, so what's up guys? So we are out here on another run and setting the watch, ready to go out here for y'all. And we got a new topic for you all. Of course, right? Every video we're gonna talk about something new, try to educate, inspire, you name it, for you guys. So today we're gonna be giving you 3 huge lessons that I learned, in my 20s. Right, I'm still in them. Right, I'm getting closer to the midpoint of it, and I feel, in this position now. I feel like I have, a lot more experience than I did at 20, and I wish there were things that I knew when I entered my 20s, and that's fine. But that's not to say that I can try and educate y'all and help you out so you don't, make these same mistakes or learn these lessons that I learned. Right. So the first lesson that I learned, oh my God, is this one important, is to choose your friends wisely. Right? That's so important. Right? Because the people you hang around with, the people you surround yourself with, they leave an impact on you. They leave their mark in a sense. So the first lesson, is to choose your friends wisely. Right? You want to do that because, I don't know about you, but I want successful friends. And I want friends, that push me, to go to where I want to go. Right? If I have, big gym goals, right? I want to be stronger, faster, bigger. Why am I going to surround myself with people that don't like going to the gym, that don't think it's important, to go to the gym? I'm just going to be the outlier within the group, which is okay, right? You kind of want that in a sense. You want to be the best or smartest person you can be within any setting, but that means, you got to strive for more. There's more beyond that group, because what'll happen is they might hold you down. They'll bring you down with them, right? Because being around them, being around people that'll probably say, oh, why are we going to the gym today? It's a waste of time. Who needs that? Right? I'm not a bodybuilder. I don't have a bodybuilding contest anytime soon. So what's the importance of this? And for you who, is like me, hopefully, and wants to go to the gym and wants to build an amazing body, and that might be very detrimental for you because it influences you, it impacts you, because they are in a sense demotivating you. You want people that push you forward, that don't hold you back, people that inspire you. Yo, what's up, man? And how can you possibly do that, if you're around these people that are simply, pulling you away from your love, right? Your habit of going to the gym. Because they're not going to go to the gym. And if you're foolish enough to go through this, because I'll tell you, I did this, in trying to convince them, to go to the gym, to try to inspire them and talk to them, a lot of times you realize they won't. Right? For everyone that listens to you, it's few and far between. Right? There's a lot of people that are simply set in their ways. Right? That old saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. You could introduce the idea of the gym, and how great you think it is to that person, but it's not you that decides to go to the gym. It's them. It's their choice. And while you can try your best, in leading them to that water or that direction, right? Leading them to the gym, it's ultimately up to them to decide whether or not to work out in that gym or for how long they work out. And for that reason, and we're clearing our nose, so bear with us. But yeah, for that reason, you want people, that have things in common with you, that share the same interests. And I'll tell you this, you're not going to have everything in common with everyone that you meet, although there's some people where that may seem to be the case, that you have so much in common with and you vibe and everything. But what you can do is, use it almost situationally, right? You have people, you have your gym bros, those guys or girls that you go to the gym with, and they push you to be strong and everything. And once you leave the gym, right, you live your life, they live theirs. And that's not to say it's a bad thing, right? Because you want to have a big group of friends, you want to know a lot of people, and from that, when you're in a business setting, you want to be around business titans and tycoons, but you want to be around those people who know their stuff in that area, and be with them when that time comes, when you have to work on your business abilities. Then when you go to the gym, you hang out with those big dudes and girls who know their stuff in that area. So what you're doing is you're gathering around a lot of different specialists, right? Because that's what they are. They're good at a particular task and what they do, and from that, you dealing with them, being with them, being amazing in their task, will help you become amazing at those tasks too. And you divide that attention, and it's pretty much like having someone that can do everything, but you're just simply dividing it. And there you go. And number 2 lesson that I learned in my 20s, is to spend wisely, right? Don't go out and buy a bunch of useless crap that you don't need, right? Stuff to ultimately impress people who literally don't care about you. Like, why would you do it? It's almost nonsensical, and yet we see so many examples of that in day-to-day life, right? People buying stuff they don't need, cars, bags, clothes, everything, to ultimately try to tell people or look fancy and try to show off to others, when in reality those people don't care about them. And we almost died. But it's okay, we're swerving in and out, so we're good. But as we were talking about, I've almost fallen victim to it, right? I love cars, right? When I was a kid, I played every racing game imaginable, right? I loved, driving in the Ferrari and the Lamborghinis and the GTs, the Ford Mustang GTs. And, although I thought that was great and everything, as I grew older, and I even tell you this, like, I started saving money simply just to buy a Ferrari fund, right? I would save coins and put them in my piggy bank and tell my family and those around me that this is the money that's gonna go towards a Ferrari. And little did I know, that was kind of hard to do and would take me forever. And now, what I come to realize is that there's more important things, at least to me, than the Ferrari, right? To me, I want to get financial stability first. I want to be able to sustain myself first, to pay my bills, to eat, right? To be, not in debt, to be able to support myself. And how can I do that if I'm just buying unnecessary stuff that I don't need? So, hey, what's up? And essentially, if I would make that purchase, right, and buy that Ferrari right now, and took out massive loans and did that, I would not be in the greatest position I could possibly be to attain my goal of financial freedom. And that's not to say that you're not, I'm not telling you what to do, not saying that you shouldn't buy those cars, but if your goals don't align with them, you probably shouldn't buy them. And that reminds me of the guy, that I saw that was like homeless, living in a Lamborghini. And you know, to many, when he was driving around in it, it was his house, and those people thought that this guy was loaded. He was rich, and he had a lot of fun in that car. He racked up, I don't know how many miles. It was in the hundreds of thousands of miles, and he gave off the impression that he was this rich and a successful guy, going to different strip clubs and different areas. People would see him in this car and they would think, you know, this guy's full of money. But he wasn't. He didn't even have a house to his name. He was struggling. You know, he was still paying off the bills, I think, to that car. And out there, to him, he thought the car would bring him everything. He might have been very happy using that car. He had, you know, to realize, and other people realized, that the man was actually poor, that he wasn't financially free, you know, and living in that car, because it looked kind of foolish, you know, people, average people, being able to go home and sleep in their bed when this person was sleeping in a car. And as nice as that car may be, it's probably not as comfortable as a bed. So from that, you know, it made me realize that the car isn't everything. It didn't get him everything that he wanted in life, all the attention and whatever he was seeking. It wasn't everything. So from that, know how to spend your money wisely. And number 3, oh my gosh, this one is huge. I would argue that it, hey, what's up? Hello. Yeah. Hi. Number 3 is time management. You know, be able, you know, to pick and allocate your time wisely. Because, whoa, I don't know about you, but you know, I would often be, you know, guilty of wandering about life, you know, simply, you know, doing things as they come, right, and not having a strict plan to follow. And although that might make for some great surprises along the way, because surprises are pretty cool in life, it led to a lot of wasted time, a lot of downtime, you know, unnecessarily, a lot of time pondering what to do and being in confusion. And that could have easily been prevented through something as small as an agenda or a book to keep track of my time, to understand, you know, what I was doing for the day or what I had to do. And I don't know how to stress this enough, but your time is limited. You can make all the money you want in the world, but your number of years on this earth is fixed in a sense. And while you can argue, you know, that you can get in the best shape of your life, best health, and extend your life, it's still, you know, gonna come to an end. And what's the important thing is that you gotta figure out what you're doing with your time left on this world. And you know, in your 20s, when you're young, it may seem, you know, things can seemingly last forever, but you can get lost in your whole situation of being young and innocent and having your whole world pretty much at your feet. But you have so much potential, you're so young. And what you'll come to realize is that that time in your life is limited. It's just a small speck of your whole experience of being a living human person on this planet. And just like waves on a beach, it'll pass, it'll go on through. And what matters is how you ride the wave, how you use, you know, every inch right of that wave. You want to get as high as possible, as balanced as possible. And how can you do that without planning, without knowing what's about to happen, without studying the wind and everything that surfers do, you know, to make the most of their surfing adventures. And you know, who's to say that you can't do that for life and manage your time and have breaks, right? Because you want those too. You don't want to just be working all the time, but you got to set your breaks at a specific time. They got to be calculated, and from that, you will be managing your time properly.